Hey guys, Nathan here with Mike behind the camera at the 2018 Los Angeles Auto Show. Now yesterday we had an opportunity to check out the top debuts, and today we're bringing you our top 10 most significant debuts at the auto show. At the very end of this video, don't forget to stay and watch for our bonus. It's a lot of fun.
First off guys, number 10 on the list is this. It's the brand new Porsche 911, the 992 generation, and they've updated quite a few things, but the differences are a little hard to notice, especially with styling, because, well, you can tell it looks a lot like the previous 911, but there are a few different tweaks. The hood is one thing that I noticed right away. There are these two big creases through the hood that look a lot like some retro Porsche designs that you might be familiar with, but when you head to the back of the new 911, that's where things start to look really different. There's obviously this big light bar that stretches across the whole back, and I think some of you guys are gonna love it, some of you might not love it so much, so drop a comment down below and tell us what you think. Now we also know that it's gonna have a little bit more power. Porsche has released the 911 Carrera S and the 911 Carrera 4S, the all-wheel drive version of the 992 911 Porsche. Both of them have a flat 6 engine, it's turbocharged, it makes 443 horsepower, and it sends power to its wheels through an 8-speed PDK dual clutch transmission. Now Porsche has told us that a manual is coming, so don't be worried yet, but at first it's only going to come with the PDK. Pricing is the only other thing that we really know right now. It's going to start for the Carrera S at $113,000, and the 4S will start at $120,000, which, if you're a big Porsche nerd, you'll know that's $8 grand more than the last generation 911, but that is with the PDK.
Number 9 on our list of top 10s at the Los Angeles Auto Show is the 2020 Hyundai Palisade. Now this is a fairly good size SUV with 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque coming out of a V6, has an 8-speed automatic transmission, but it's basically front-wheel drive bias with all-wheel drive. So it's going to be interesting to see how something this size performs. Cannot wait to get one up to Colorado. But there's more to it than that. They said basically that this is really built to be a human being hauler. In other words, you really want to get people in all 3 rows of seats. Let's have a look at that. And by the way, for those of you who are wondering, we actually have a full video on the Palisade. But come on, let's have a look. Rolling platform, open door, push the button, and the whole thing slides forward. I bet you guys want me to get in there, don't you? All right. Get the fat guy inside the car, put him in the back, just to see if he can fit. I'm actually in here fairly well. And then, I'll be damned. So, yeah, I kind of fit. Not bad.
Number 8 on our list is this, the 2019 BMW X7. It's their largest SUV ever, and of course it has 3 rows, can hold 7 people, but that's not all. Under the hood of this one, the xDrive 50i, there's a 4.4 liter twin turbocharged V8 that makes 456 horsepower. It sends that power to all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission, but that's not all you want to know. Of course, pricing has been announced, and this one starts at just over $90,000, and I suspect it would not be too hard to get that price tag well into the $100,000 range, because you have a lot of different features available, like adaptive LED headlights, and there's something really cool on the interior. The headliner can have a bunch of different LEDs in it that you can light up to look like the night sky. Now, Nathan got in the 3rd row of the Hyundai Palisade, and I know he's gonna be really mad if I don't get in the 3rd row of this X7, so let's go try it out. All right, let's see how this goes. Moves for you, fancy, fancy.
Number 7 in our top 10 at the LA Auto Show is the vehicle behind me, the 2020 Lincoln Aviator. Now this is a vehicle that, between you and me, actually harks to a lot of what's coming up with the Ford Explorer. I think they're related. This is a front engine, rear drive biased vehicle. That engine is a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6 EcoBoost engine. Now this is the first time we've ever heard of a 3-liter EcoBoost engine that's capable of producing 400 horsepower and around 400 pound-feet of torque. But in the near future, it'll be able to put out a little bit more because it'll have a hybrid system that'll give it up to 450 horsepower. Yeah, that's built for 3 rows, so it can hold up to 7 people. Cool, right? Check this out. It has a special suspension that absolutely nullifies bumps and bounces in the road. It gives you an isolated feeling, according to Lincoln, and it should be one of the quietest vehicles they produce.
Number 6 on our list is the Audi e-tron family, because we got to see not one but 2 different Audi e-trons at this LA Auto Show. And well, a lot of you guys know that Audi has had some issues with some certain diesel power plants in recent history, but they've changed their focus and they've decided to go all EV in the future. The e-tron behind me is the SUV that we've already seen. We've known about it for a little while, but they also revealed the e-tron GT, which is, it looks a lot like an A7 placed onto the Porsche Taycan platform. Now, what do we know about it? Well, the most important figure that you guys want to know is the 0 to 60 time, and we've been told by Audi that it should do 0 to 60 in under 3.5 seconds. Plus, it might be one of the fastest charging electric vehicle platforms that we've seen to date.
Number 5 on our list of top 10 vehicles at the 2018 Los Angeles Auto Show is the Kia Soul. It's a 2020 vehicle, and one of the reasons why it's important is because it's not just a vehicle, it's a series of vehicles, starting with this. This is the Kia Soul EV. Now, Kia said that they want it to be competitive with vehicles like the Chevrolet Bolt, which means around a 230-mile range, which is huge. Partly because that means that it's an affordable vehicle for regular people, and you get to get this color. Come on, let me show you another green Kia. This is the Kia Soul X line. Pretty badass name, right? No, it's not really badass. It doesn't have all-wheel drive, but it looks like it does. It got some kind of off-roady looking bits here and there, so it kind of has a little bit of an adventurous soul with its look. But basically, this is your average Kia Soul with some extra goodies on it. You can clearly see that they've gone to a slightly different direction with their styling, and then you get other things like the cladding over the wheels and on the sides, and cladding means off-roading. Come on, let me show you what promises to be the most exciting of the Kias. Uh-oh, this one looks lower. I wonder why it's lower. Oh, that's because it's the GT. This is a turbocharged Kia Soul, which promises to be a lot more fun than the other ones. You might notice the suspension looks a little bit lower. It's a sports suspension. This vehicle was built specifically for a little bit more of an exciting on-road adventure.
Number 4 on our list is this. It's the all-new Honda Passport, and it's a pretty interesting vehicle for Honda because it slots in right between 2 of their more popular vehicles, the CR-V and the Honda Pilot. Now, underneath, it shares a ton of components with the Pilot. The same V6 engine, the same 8-speed automatic transmission, and a lot of the same all-wheel drive components. But there are a few key differences that make this a little more off-road worthy and even a little more adventure worthy. I think Honda wants you to think, at least. So, what did they do? Well, the front and rear overhangs have been shortened compared to the Pilot to make sure you don't hit anything when you're going off-road. Plus, they raised it off the ground a little bit more than the Pilot to, well, give you more ground clearance. Pretty cool, right? But they've also done something cool with towing. This can tow up to, in the right package, 5,000 pounds, which means you should be able to tow something like, oh, I don't know, that Honda Talon over there. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. But please let us know what you guys think of the all-new Honda Passport. And of course, we've done a full video on this car, so head over to TFLnow and check out that video and tell us what you think.
Number 3 on our list is actually a bit of a surprise because a few weeks ago, none of us were expecting this vehicle at all. This is the Rivian R1T for truck. It is basically a pickup truck, but it's a pickup truck that's capable of going 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. It's capable of an over 400-mile range. Obviously, it's electric. It has a frunk in the front. It's capable of going through 3 feet of water. It has an adjustable suspension. It's able to be calibrated for different types of off-road settings. And there's some extra components to this vehicle that I've never seen before on a pickup truck, including a side opening entryway into a fairly cavernous storage area.
Number 2 on our top 10 list is the Mazda III because it made a big splash at this year's LA Auto Show, and there's a whole bunch of new stuff about it. Of course, there's this, which is the sedan, and there's also a new hatchback, both of which have been redesigned based on that Kai concept that came out a little while ago. But that's not all, because there's a bunch of engine options. 5 different engines we've been told by Mazda: a 1.5 liter, a 2 liter, a 2.5 liter, a 1.8 liter diesel, and the all-new Skyactiv X engine, which combines technology from diesel engines and technology from gas engines to maximize horsepower and fuel efficiency. But there's more on top of that. This Mazda 3 will be available with all-wheel drive, which is a huge deal because they might be taking a little jab at Subaru with an offering of a Mazda 3 with all-wheel drive. Manual fans, rejoice, because you will have an automatic transmission available as well as a manual transmission. So we're super excited to get our hands on this all-new Mazda 3 because they've done so many different things to it. It had to make number 2 on our list.
Number 1 on our list definitely has to be the Jeep Gladiator. It sits within the wheelhouse of everything TFL car, TFL truck, and TFL off-road love. It's basically Jeep Wrangler with a pickup truck bed. That's what we want. And you know what else we want? Towing. You can tow up to 7,650 pounds. So real towing capability. It can hold over 1,600 pounds in the bed. This is pretty cool. Check it out. Basically, it's a Jeep Wrangler, right? Extended with a bed. So you have the same off-road systems available. You have big, fat, juicy off-road tires available. In fact, if you buy one of these, you get standard 4-wheel drive. Now, you do get the Pentastar V6. Later on, they will have a 3-liter diesel available, Torque City. With this vehicle, you can get a 6-speed manual transmission or the 8-speed automatic. Now, bear in mind, that's just with this setup with the Pentastar V6. So is it any wonder that we're in love with it? Is it any wonder that we want it? Hell no. And that's why it deserves to be number 1. Now, I know what you're thinking. This isn't a car. And you're absolutely right. It's not a car at an auto show. It's a side-by-side, and it's our bonus for good reason. This is the brand new Honda Talon. This particular one is the X, and they have another one called the R. Now, they both put out 104 horsepower, which is good, but check it out. This one's built to be a little bit more maneuverable. It has a slightly narrower stance, it's a little tiny bit lower, and it is built to just kind of scoot around those corners and get through thick brush. But if you want the beefier version of this, you'd get the R, which has a wider stance, much more wheel travel, and it's capable of going over big jumps in a, I would imagine, entertaining way. Now, we will be getting our hands on these in the near future, and that is awesome. But if you want more information on this vehicle, go to TFL Off-Road. That's where Steven has covered everything about this vehicle.
There you go, guys. Those are the most important debuts that happened here at the 2018 LA Auto Show. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed all of our different coverage of the LA Auto Show. Of course, we did videos on tons of different cars, trucks, side-by-sides, and a whole lot more, so be sure to check out TFL Car, TFL Truck, TFL Off-Road, and TFLnow to make sure you get all the coverage that we did here at the 2018 LA Auto Show. Now, we told you our opinions, but we also want to hear your opinions. So please drop us a comment down below and tell us what your favorite new vehicle of this auto show was, because we want to hear what you think. Of course, stay tuned to TFLcar.com for the latest news, views, and real-world reviews, and, well, more videos from the 2018 LA Auto Show. We'll see you guys next time.